the cost of the trash bags would be $72,016. The net would be $313,786. Now, the next two calculations are important because the people who now contract with Island Rubbish to take the trash out would have an $80 savings. They would be paying $80 less than they do today.
And why is that so?
Because they're buying trash bags instead of paying Island Rubbish.
Yeah, but then what happens if you have a chair? Right now, if I have Island Rubbish picks up my trash on Friday, I put whatever I want on the trash, it's gone. What's missing in this whole component now is the fact that everybody, whether they use the transfer station or not, has a bulky item they've got to get rid of. How are they going to pay for that, and how is it going to be processed? Is everybody just going to be able to take it to the transfer station for free? Because you'll be hauling trailers out of there all the time.
The way I looked at it is Island Rubbish would be doing the same thing they're doing today, only to more people.
Yeah, but not everybody just throws out bags of trash every week. What happens when you go out there and you have a chair? Or like in Middletown, they charge you a fee for all that stuff.
Does Island Rubbish pick it up now?
Yeah.
And they pick it up in the future.
But you're buying bags, you know what I mean? So not only, so what you're saying is I pay Island Rubbish at $24 a month, and then I'm gonna have to pay the bags in addition to that.
Well, okay,
No.
that's a good point.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're telling me I have to buy the bag, and I'm an Island Rubbish customer. Now you're gonna tell me that he's gonna still charge me $24 a month to pick up a chair or whatever. And there's a lot of people in this town that may not use the transfer station because they don't have the ability to get their trash there.
You know, I think that's one of the things we haven't put in our calculations at all, like bulky, I think we need to talk about that.
It's hard to say how much,
Bulky
I mean,
goods.
there could be a separate contract for bulky waste.
maybe you buy a sticker to put on your refrigerator.
That's what I didn't like about Middletown was you have to go and get the sticker, then you have to go and get the bags, and then if you have anything odd, you have to go back to town hall and get the sticker for the couch or the mattresses or whatever to get it taken out. It just seems like
Let's-
it's
Plus you pay a
adding-
$75 user fee. So in the end, what does the real typical average resident in Middletown pay to dispose of all of their waste in 1 year?
Right.
I bet you it's a lot of money.
Actually, no, I don't think it is, because if they're 2 bags a week times, it's $2.
Separate away from the bags, he was saying that if I want to throw out a chair, it's $15.
But no, it's this, they're paying 2 bags a week, it's $4 per household times 52 weeks is $204 plus $75 user fee is $275 a year.
Not counting anything else you get rid of.
There's like odd occasional items, person who, yeah, that's not gonna be a significant sum.
Till last week.
Right.
And then that was free.
Well, let's at least
Check it out.
initially talk about averages and not talk about the other things, because the next point is going to be a killer. The people that are now paying $100 a year for the transfer station would be paying $107.84 more than they're paying today.
That's where there's economic change,
Right.
financial
Right.
burden is shifted. Yeah.
We're shifting some of the costs to the transfer
Essentially,
station.
because you're saying that the self-help through the personal hauling to the transfer station, you're requiring someone to pay, or a community that's being performed by a paid worker as opposed to an individual. So there's a cost shift. That's sort of an issue. The Donald Richardson that met with us a couple weeks ago and said he really enjoys going to the transfer station, but he also...
A little tiny bag, once a week.
Yeah, right, exactly. And but he self-hauls as well.
Are we going to
Saves
ask,
up money.
we're going to ask them to save up 2 months worth of little bags to put in one big bag?
Right.
It's gonna
Yeah,
need-
so that's a critical policy
Yeah.
issue, yeah.
Well, that's going to be a difficult thing to sell to the people who use the transfer station. It's going to cost them more to,
Mhm.
but the benefit would be is that you don't have to go to the transfer station anymore. But that, I'm not sure a lot of them would take that as
Well,
a...
like Donald would say, you're depriving me of
That's right.
the opportunity to go to
That's,
the
he
station.
likes to do that. So,
That's almost like a user fee, so you may want to rethink that $100.
Well, yeah, that's based based on the
That's what it is
actual
now.
per unit cost,
Mhm.
or per household cost to utilize the transfer station based on the number of users divided into the total cost. So it's a self-supporting
Mhm.
operation.
So if we,
Gosh, hate to get rid of those.
What's that?
Hate to get rid of those.
Right.
Self-supporting operations.
so that's sort of the summary of all that would be that we would save $7,500 for for hauling fee for the transfer station. We would have a ticking fee set.
Are you making that assumption on just having bags up there, right? That's the assumption you made, I'm just asking a question. Your assumption is you think you can cut the halls in half because you're just using bags up there.
Well, if we tell the people that are using the transfer station now that they're not using it, they're not going to use it anymore, then you would think that there'd be less trash up there.
Can I just say, when I spoke with Harry, he was talking about that little landing by the trash where everybody puts their bikes and their air conditioner and stuff like that. He said if you do the bags, then you would actually have to charge those people for everything they put there, whether it's,
Right, that's
and
what
actually
he was
throw
saying.
it in there. He said you'd have two going in place of one because of how much,
Trailers.
2 trailers, because of how much gets left and taken on that staging area.
Why would it be
So it's
twice
not-
as much?
If somebody comes and leaves, because people go up there and they'll leave, I don't know, a
It's
basket.
like a yard, open
Put a
yard. sale.
basket
Yeah.
there, for instance. Well, if you say you can't do that, we're gonna have to charge you to throw that away, or you're gonna have to buy a bag, or it has to be in a bag, then they will throw it in the trash.
Okay.
Instead, as it is, they're leaving it somewhere, and
Okay.
then someone comes along and takes it.
Okay, no.
His feeling was that there'd be a lot more trash generated if people couldn't do that.
But it-
Which, if we could make it easier for people to do that,
Right.
we could reduce the waste that way.
Yeah, for those items that people just leave in hopes that one's man's trash is another man's treasure, we could continue that.
But there's no covered area, there's
No,
no
I think we
protection,
have
so
to,
all those
yeah.
things can't stay out very long
No,
before they are
think-
trash.
I think we would have to create those covered facilities.
Mhm.
And I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, that'd be very good.
I think you could make it, really a nice exchange. I mean, you could even have books like they do at Kingston or.
Mm. They have the Roseville Library, magazines, books, and very, well utilized. Wellesley, Julio DiGianno is a former council president, is from Wellesley, Mass. And so he's still his family up there and he visits frequently. He gave me some literature some time ago on their transfer station. In fact, you can just visit the town of Wellesley's website, and they've got a webpage associated with their refuse disposal. It's absolutely, it's like, you can almost eat off the pavement. Beautiful facilities for different types of recyclables, equipment exchange, as well as the books and so forth. So, I mean, obviously that's the Cadillac of recycling, but there's no reason why we couldn't shoot for something that's substantially enhanced from what we are now with those kind of facilities.
Right.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
we're
I
telling people are you saying the transfer station is not going to be accessible to people?
No, I mean, we want to enhance recycling at the transfer station at
Right,
minimum.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought,
But there isn't going
If
to
we
be any
do
more
this.
trash disposal there.
That's, I mean,
Well, what I assumed is that people would not be bringing their bags of trash up there. They'd still be bringing golf clubs and bicycles and scrap metal and compost and computers and all that sort of thing. Once we educate them that they can do that sort of thing, but there would be no bagged trash because you could get picked up on your curbstone, on your curb.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that would create more hauls or less. I assume half, but maybe half is too great.
But even that's not a critical, it's not a pivotal number. It's only $7,500 change
Right.
in the total cost, so.
The big thing is
Regardless of how
the,
much you assume or not, don't assume it's not going to change what the net benefit or not, that we realize from the change.
the big thing is the net increase in cost to the people who now use the transfer station.
Right.